been, or what's the difference just kind of in between where you guys were last spring and where you are now, and just the ease at which you're finding chances and putting them away?
I think we really realized last season how many games we could have come out with and had like better results with if we had just finished our opportunities. And I think in the off season, a lot of people really went home and focused technically on finishing their chances and getting that like scoring technique down. So I think that really helped us a lot.
What's the NIL deal you got?
I have a couple. Most of mine are just like clothing things that I'm getting like in return for like social media posts and stuff like that. But I have one with vintage clothing shop in Eugene called The Nest, and then I have a couple activewear places like online that I'm really excited about.
So how did that kind of come about? Did they reach out to you? Were you seeking out NIL deals when it first kind of happened? Walk me through that.
I kind of posted saying that I was interested in working with people, but most of the companies reached out to me through my social media. They DM'd me, and then I looked into it with my dad and stuff, their background and like what their message that they were trying to display what their company was, and then I followed up with them if I liked it.
Is that something you're negotiating on your own, or are you seeking out like a marketing rep or somebody like that to help you with it?
I'm pretty much doing it on my own right now. I haven't really like looked into it too in depth, just because of the fact that it's so new and like foreign to me. My parents have honestly mostly been helping me out with it, but it's been mostly on my own.
Graham was saying the field you guys were at a couple days, they had just like laid it down. How different did that make it that your last game against San Francisco?
It was really difficult. Apparently they had just put the field in like 4 to 8 days before we got there, and it was really new turf and really slippery. So, I mean, anyone that watched the game can see that a lot of the girls were slipping on the field. It was really hard to like get control over the ball, but I feel like we did a good job fighting through that adversity and getting a result out of it.
You're starting to see some different parts of your depth. You saw when Down Goldberg came in. What did you see out of her?
I think a lot of the younger players stepped up a lot, especially like even in our Fresno State game, we had Caitlin come off the bench and score, and I think that they are doing a good job knowing their role in the team and knowing the spark that they need to bring when they come onto the field. And I think Maddie did a great job coming into the game and being a leader. She does really good communicating with us, and I think that's something that we really need from her.
Both games were really physical, especially that Fresno State game. There's a lot of fouls. Can you just talk to me about the physicality of your team? I remember last year you guys were like first in the Pac-12 in fouls. So like just about the physicality level of the team.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of physical teams. I mean, even San Francisco is really, really physical, and I think that that's just going to be a great test for us in the beginning of the season, going into when we play Washington State, Arizona, some other teams that are really physical in our league. So I think that was just a good test for us. I think that Graham always says that we need to match whatever energy that the other team has and kind of get to that level that they're at. And it might start off slow in the beginning, but once we get our feet under us, I think we do a good job matching people with our physicality. I mean, obviously that showed last year with our fouls and stuff, but it's been good.